What up, though? Friendly neighborhood Highbrarian. Back again. This time I'm gonna do something a little different. You feel me? Yeah, we got the goods rolled up. Right now, you see, I had to dig into the archives. You feel me? Like normally, used to me doing a book review. I take normally like a famous book like Think or Grow Rich or a book with a famous author like From Pieces to Weight by 50 Cent. Today, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna review this men's this is the Men's Health Best Life magazine from this is April of 2009. I remember I was staying in Lansing, Michigan. I had my apartment, you feel me? It was a lot of shit going on, you feel me? I had to, you know what I'm saying, finish out my little probation shit for a slip up I had, you feel me? So I just remember this time and shit. I remember I bought this magazine. This was when Jay-Z, as you can see, Jay-Z was, you know what I'm saying, climbing the corporate ladder, going through a transition, you know what I'm saying, from just a street artist to, basically being somebody that the world would recognize as, you know what I'm saying, a great businessman, which he was a great businessman already at this point. He had already sold Rockefeller, he was ran Def Jam and shit. Like Jay, you know what I'm saying, he was doing his thing, sold Rockaware, all that. So basically what I want to tune in on is some key advice that Jay-Z had, in this article. So I just want to, you know what I'm saying, in this magazine, I just want to get to it real quick. I don't want to take up too much of your time right here. So right here, if you can see it, if you can read that, that's Jay-Z's 6-point best life diagnostic. So basically, I'm just going to read this to you. Are you pursuing your dreams with focus, passion, and energy, or just drifting? Put your day-to-day through this checklist and see if you're headed in the right direction. All right, it says the true measure of success is not whether you have the biggest knot or the illest whip, or even if you have any idea what that means. In the world according to Jay-Z, real success, truly living your best life, means answering one simple question. Are you satisfied with what you're putting into the world? Here are Jay-Z's 6 principles for living your best life. Number 1, be your own biggest fan. Believe in whatever it is you're doing. If you don't believe it, no one else will. That's a true statement, just because, people, they can sense when you're not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Even though we're humans, you know what I'm saying, we feel like energy is universal, it's omnipresent. So like you could feel somebody's energy when they're walking up to you, and you could feel like if they believe it, All right, number 2, take control, then let it go. Work really hard and apply yourself in a way that when the job is done, you can look in the mirror and say, I've exhausted all possibilities. I've done everything to make this right. After that, let it go. It's out of your control. So true, man. They even wrote books on this. Let it go. You know what I'm saying? The emotional attachment to it. I mean, you did your best thing you could do, but a lot of times it's our emotional attachments that really get us, We be too attached to the wrong things. Or just we're forever attached to something that, it didn't work. I even heard Shaq say this, the way his father trained him, you know what I'm saying, just on a little tangent. Shaq said that, as soon as he accomplished something, he had to go on to his next, because his father used to take all his trophies. If he won a trophy in basketball, or I don't know if he played football, whatever, all the trophies would disappear right after he brought it home, because his father wanted him always to look towards the next thing in life. So that's a big thing. Focus on the process, not the result. You know what I'm saying? Trust the process. It says people get consumed by the trappings of success. They forget the reason they wanted to do what they do in the first place. Whether you have zero money or $1 million, it doesn't change who you are. Keep yourself inspired. Number 4, never act on your fears. Card players have a saying, play the cards, not the money. If your hand is good, it doesn't matter if there's $2 on the table or 2,000. You determine your outcome. Don't make the decision based on fear. People can be jealous of you and bait you, but you can be mature and handle the situation. So you got to keep that poker face, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't let them know what type of cards you have on, you know what I'm saying? The old saying, you can't put your cards, you know what I'm saying? You can't let them know your hand, you feel me? You got to play your hand correctly, you know what I'm saying, on the table and in these streets. Use money the right way. Number 5. For some people, money can be a burden and lead to bad decisions. But money should make you comfortable so that you don't have to compromise yourself or do anything just for money. It should give you the freedom to do what you love. Yeah, a lot of people, they are trapped by success, and the money starts to control them instead of them controlling the money. People be working for the money when you're supposed to get in a position to have your money work for you. But like the balance of life and money, I mean, that's something that people take people 70 years and they still don't get it. So, you know, you gotta listen to Hov right here. You know what I'm saying? He knows what he's talking about. Don't stop growing. Growth doesn't stop when you become successful. That's when it starts. You know, the old saying, money doesn't change you, it reveals who you really are. So, you know, that, like you said, that's just the start. That's just the start of your new life. But, you know, it's going to be about your morals and values that really, you know what I'm saying, determine how long you stay in position. Because there's a lot of people, they might get rich quick, or they might have come up on a lick, but you feel me, they don't have necessarily like the internal fortitude to really, you know what I'm saying, withstand the pressure that come with that money, and like they get influenced, they lose their way a lot, you feel me? So it's like Jay-Z, if you look at it, Jay-Z, he's always stayed grounded. So, I'm not somebody who knew him, so somebody might say, you know, that nigga, you know what I'm saying, he crazy, he asshole, or whatever. But like, if you knew him or whatever, but it's like, you ain't never seen Jay-Z get into too much craziness. Like, the worst thing you ever seen Jay-Z was, I think it was like a stabbing incident back in like 99. That's back when he was still a young nigga, you feel me? But like, for like 20 some years, the best example of Jay-Z being composed, I feel, was like the elevator incident, you feel me? Like, Jay-Z, he was like the most composed you could be in that situation, because every other nigga damn near wouldn't have been able to take it. But Jay-Z, knowing his position, and, you know what I'm saying, not just being so ego driven, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm Jay-Z, you just shouldn't be happening to me. And, you know, he was able to keep his composure. So it's like, I feel like that definitely comes from growth though, because, you know what I'm saying, ain't no telling what, you know what I'm saying, a young nigga would have did in that situation, and shit, he probably would have fucked everything over. But Jay-Z able to keep his calm in the elevator, you know, cooler heads prevail. And that's why he's just so respected and so loved, not just from the world, but from his family, you know what I'm saying? Like, Tina knows, his mother-in-law, she made a great post about him when he closed some liquor deal for like $300 million. It might have been a year or two ago, but she was just saying, like, that's the definition of a real man in her eyes. So it's like, you know, Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying, he's definitely somebody to learn from. Not saying he's perfect, ain't no man perfect and shit, but, you know what I'm saying, it was just, you know what I'm saying, 6 pointers from, you know what I'm saying, 13 years ago. Wow, that's crazy. It's 13 years old. It's a good magazine, though. It's your neighborhood Highbrarian Lewis Automatic. We signing out.